Welcome to the Numerology and the Astrology for April 1st, 2021. Sometimes when we change months, we back up a little bit in order to go forwards, and this is one of those months. So yesterday we were in a 3 vibration, and now we're going into a 1 vibration. So we've backed up a few steps. And this is the number 10. So if we look at the number 10 and we figure out how to bring all these things together, the number 10 is the number of power and influence. It makes us pay attention to what is out of balance and what needs to be in better balance, and where the power structures are out of alignment with the higher consciousness and the higher flow. So today it's sort of like, you want to turn the number 10 into radiance and boldness and courage, or you can turn the 10, 1 plus a 0 into a 1, and you can be authentic and humble and sincere. Me personally, I always think it's kind of best to do both, because I think that the Dalai Lama is a perfect example of somebody who's incredibly powerful, but he's also incredibly humble and compassionate. And so it all boils down to choice. And we get to choose, what we experience at any moment. And life is always going to throw events at us, but how we respond to those triggers, something on a personal level. And, it's about how we're going to move our energy based on our circumstance. We can choose to confront an issue powerfully and strong, with courage, or we can do it from a very authentic heart. Over and over again, the older I get, I would say that I think the authentic heart wins, hands down, rather than that forcefulness. But there are people and situations that you come across that attack or throw energy so intensely at you that you have to match that force. And so if you match that force, it's like 2 waves hitting each other and they end up canceling each other out. So, but you have to be very, very careful with that, because what happens most of the time is a powerful force hits you, and then you try and usurp that power, and then it's kind of like a tit for tat. It kind of keeps going up from there, which is not recommended at this particular time, because life, tests our ability to navigate difficult times with clarity of thought and authentic expression. And when bad things happen, it does not always mean that you are off or that your karma is calling. There are restrictions in life that require us to learn compassion for others through learning compassion for the self. And true compassion requires inner balance and actions that support that balance, that do not get hooked by others' agendas or dysfunctional behavior. That means at times others pay attention, and when you're being more authentic, and then at other times, you actually need to feel very, very strong in your opinion. But I always say, if you're going to be strong in opinion, you better back it based on fact. And if you don't really have facts, it's better to kind of move from a compassionate place. So compassion has a code. And that code is never to promote or bend to dysfunctional behavior in others, even if that makes one look bad. Compassion promotes functional choices and behavior. It does not encourage dysfunction, attachment, beliefs, or coercive actions. It is an act of compassion to not feed behaviors that promote karmic suffering in the world. And the astrology today. The moon moves into Sagittarius as you are sleeping. Expect today to be a bit more adventurous, fiery, and have succinct conversations, because short and sweet is probably better. The moon's fire aligns with the sun, also in the fire sign of Aries, bringing about a highly active forcefulness, and it brings one full of enthusiasm. The moon forms a trine with the sun, and that manifests as fierce determination throughout the day. The sun sextiles to the North Node, supporting growth in areas that have seemed stuck. Expect many things to push you to do them at inconvenient times and moments. Don't get upset. Just deal with whatever arises. With the Mercury and Saturn semi-squaring in the evening, there will be more communication upsets and potential delays once again. But Mercury is also sextiling to Pluto, and much, much more is about to be revealed. What is arising will help you see much further than you expected or envisioned. For some, that will be a good thing. For others, it might be pretty shocking. My quote for today: it is an act of compassion to not feed behaviors that promote karmic suffering in the world. And my blog for today: The hecklers of life come and go. They act so smart like they think they know. But certain voices intend great harm, not with weapons, but with words they arm. I believe that some cannot see past the fear that arises when any truth is near. They intend to cut it down before it grows. It is the tree of knowledge that they oppose. Opinions exist in the vacuum of hate, so they creatively evade and instead debate. But truth is a tree with very deep roots, and hate is revealed in absolutes. There is so much fear here for so very long that some try to believe that hate is strong, but the hate is the cover for all those fears, and hate cannot heal when it harms, then cheers. I used to try to make the blind see, but now I know now I have decided to let them be. If they should ask me the way out of the dark, I will show them how to disembark from the boat that hate built at sea, floating on the tears of hate's pain and debris. Thanks, everyone.